Hello and thank you for joining me. I hope you're all well. Today's video is about my almost everyday carry bag, which is the Helikon EDC Lite, and how I've incorporated it in with the Helikon EDC Compact. Stay with me. This is the Helikon EDC Lite. I've been using this 5 days a week, pretty much every week, for the last 9 months. So I thought it'd be good to touch on a final review, if you like, and to make you aware of a couple of issues with it, and then how I've incorporated it with the EDC Compact, just to make my life a bit easier. 2 issues that I found with this bag. One of them's an annoyance, the other one's a pain in the bum. So the first one, which is the annoyance, is the zips have this rain flap or weather flap that goes over them. And what happens, it's fine, you open it, but if you don't pay attention sometimes, when you're closing it, it has a tendency to snag in the zip. So it's, as I say, it's an annoyance. It's not really a great issue with it. I would rather have it than not, because it does offer some water protection to the bag, especially obviously around the zips. The second problem that I've had, now first of all, as I said, I use this 5 days a week. It is pretty much my work bag. The loadout is on average £9 in weight, so it's not horrendously heavy, yeah. And the problem I've had with it is that the shoulder straps, they don't stay where you've set them. Yeah, so you can put it on, set the tension, and then after a few days, they're loosened up. The material slips on the Fastech connector, and you have to continuously keep adjusting it, which is, to me, a complete pain in the backside. So what I was forced to do is put the rucksack on, slackened it off slightly to take into account if I'm wearing a jacket or a coat, and then I've wrapped some tape around the bottom of the connector, and I've done that obviously on both sides, and that has prevented it slackening off. Yeah, so Helikon, if you see this video, the bag is fantastic. This issue lets it down, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's experienced this problem. Other than that, just a quick one to make you snigger at my stupidity. Quite a while back I was showing a good lady how good it was. I had it on, had the sternum strap on, and I said, look, it's even got clips here, so if the zombie grabs the grab handle behind and tries to pull you back, you can click the straps, and they both come undone, and you become separated from your bag. If you're ever going to do that, undo the sternum strap first, because I almost decapitated myself. Yeah, undone them, had the sternum strap on and got garroted. But anyway, my stupidity. So, what I've actually done, obviously the news since last Saturday really, and again, so it's 7 days, it's Saturday again, is pretty grim. One of the extra items that I've thrown in here purely whilst, you know, it's pretty turbulent, is that in the main section, which normally only carries a water bottle and my lunch, I have nothing else as such in here. But what I have thrown in here is a much more substantial first aid kit, and it really is a trauma kit. Yeah, there's cat, gauze, civilian first field dressing in there, shears, etc. Because at the moment, with the news and what's happening, I wouldn't be surprised if some wannabes pop up and start causing a little bit of chaos. So that's an addition that is not normally in here. It's just because of the troubles at the moment. If you've watched my earlier video, as I say, it's about 9 months ago on this bag. There was also another video, again from about 9 months ago, which was used in the Helikon EDC insert. which is a fantastic pouch because of the Velcro. It can attach to the Velcro inside. This pouch at the front is what I class as my preparedness pouch, if you like. It has items in there that I keep separate from the main section. I did put red heat shrink over the top of these just to identify that. There is a first aid kit in here, just a normal first aid kit. Which is here, and if you watched my earlier video, you will see that I modified the Helikon Tech's first aid pouch by placing Velcro on the straps, which means it can be belt worn or molly attached, or because the inside of this has got soft Velcro backing, it will stick where I want it. Red LED marker, I've covered them before, but the main thing that I've done, I was using this, as I said, with all my EDC gear in. There are only a couple of items that I routinely used. One was a battery bank, and that was pretty much it, to be honest, and charging lead. And I found out that I was buying duplicates for EDC because I had EDC in this bag, I had EDC items in this bag, and I was just duplicating them. But the problem was, and the reason I was doing that, is if I decided I didn't want to lug this around and I wanted to just use this bag, I would have to take the items out and put them in here. So what I did is I actually bought duplicates, as I say, which in hindsight was a little bit silly to do, and I found it's much easier this way. And that is to bin that, not literally, but remove that and not carry it. And then carry the items that were in there that I routinely use and place them in here. So when I go to work, this is in there, my lunch is in there, everything's there, it's a contained kit. When I'm not at work, but perhaps I'm going somewhere and I don't need the bulk of this because I don't expect to have to carry, you know, a water bottle, etc., etc., I can just grab this and carry this and utilise this as that was used. In the bottom of here, there's just a few odds and sods. There is an aerosol because I've just got a thing at work. If I think, oh, you know, I'm sweating a bit, I don't want to be smelly for my colleagues. There is a microfiber towel. Now that I'm losing my hair, I have a tendency to sweat a bit more and it runs in your eyes and it's a nightmare. So a little towel. There's always some munchies, some cereal bars. A small stainless steel, and I do like these were pretty cheap on Amazon. But there is a little Diddy knife, fork and spoon, and they're in stainless, and that is because sometimes if I get something off the van or get a takeaway delivered at work, I prefer to have proper utensils for eating. Then there's just an emergency bivvy and a mylar blanket, an emergency brew kit and some tissues, and a few wet wipes. So that's pretty much all that's carried in there. Now, a lot of that stuff that's there isn't used every day. So that's where this one comes into place. The front pouch is empty. Reason being, if I need to take my core EDC items that are always in my pockets, out of my pockets for any reason, I've got space in this bag so it will carry them as well. The next pouch or pocket earbuds. They're Bluetooth. Why? Because my phone, for whatever reason, the phone manufacturer decided it didn't want to have a headphone socket on it anymore, so I can't use wired ones, so Bluetooth ones. A spare AA battery, some Leatherman tool bits, an extender, a Leatherman kick, which I know you can't get anymore. I've had this many years. It's safe for the UK. The blade on it is non-locking, so no issues with it. It's not a bad multi-tool, gets me out of trouble. Bit of gaffer tape, duct tape, a small emergency sewing kit, face mask. Want to keep the dust out of your face and some people's germs. A titanium folding spork. A lanyard for my glasses. Not used it, but you never know. Yeah, if I'm anywhere or doing anything that I think I'm going to lose them, then I can put that on and look a little bit like Larry Grayson. You can Google Larry Grayson. Foam lead, ×2. And that's it for that section. So again, there's quite a lot of room still in there, so I can add additional items out of my pockets into this if I wish to. Then we have the main zipped pocket, and this one is Velcro lined. It's got the soft Velcro in the back, and again, it is virtually empty. At the bottom is an anchor, 500 milliamp hour battery pack. I was EDCing a 10,000, but to be honest, I don't use it that frequently. So I bought 2 of the 5,000s. Yeah, I've got one in my get home bag, there's one in my EDC bag, and the 2 Anchor 10,000 milliamp hour ones are in our bug out bags, because yeah, it's likely to be, if we're using them, it's likely to be for a longer period of time, so we've got the ability to charge our devices a little bit more. There is a small wrist strap compass. It is a cheapie, it's not the Sunto one. I've got one of those, this is just a cheapie one. Yeah, and I've just put it on a bit of Velcro strip, so if I need to, I've got some method of working out cardinal direction. I've then, on this little key keeper that I made out of a split ring and a piece of Velcro, I've got a small microfiber cloth. Because I wear glasses, it enables me to keep them clean. A little LED light and a whistle. Although I carry these on my core EDC as well, so these are redundancies. If I'm with someone or I'm with the good lady, if needs must, I can say clip that on your bag if you haven't got anything in there that would do. And she has a method to whistle, yeah, to call for help and communicate with me, and a small LED. So it's a little bit of redundancy there. Then I've got a Helikon text insert here with a Sharpie, a Write in the Rain pen, a waterproof notepad. Then at the bottom there is a little USB thumb drive pouch, and to be honest, there's one USB thumb drive, but on the other side are the spare keys to my toolboxes at work and some extremely small screwdrivers for carrying out repairs on glasses. The rear pocket is again completely empty, so I could put my phone in there instead of having it in my pocket if I wanted to. Another thing that I've fallen back in love with, because I did fall out of love with them, are these Bluetooth tags. Yeah, these are Chipolos. When I first found out they existed, which is why I bought a box and there was 4, I used them, sort of fell out with love with them, and now I've started using them again. And this one is actually called, my phone on the app, EDC bag. So if I couldn't find my bag, or I don't know where it was, yeah, I can fire up the app and it will show me on Google Maps its last location. I can send an alert from my phone to this, it will start making a noise to aid me in locating it. When I get out of Bluetooth and network range, if that makes sense, as I'm walking away because I've forgotten this, my phone sends me an alert to say, have I forgotten my EDC bag? So I get a prompt to go, I've lost it or whatever. If I lose my phone, I can press this twice and it will make my phone ring so I can look for my phone. So it's a bit gimmicky, but I think it's got its uses. And one of the uses, and I will try it, and that is, if you have one of these, and you could put it in your bucket bag or your get home bag or anything really, your camping bag, your bushcraft bag, whatever. It's say you've gone camping or you're bugged out and you're in the woods or whatever, and you've put your rucksack down, your burdens down, and you go for a wander, and then you get a bit lost. Yeah, potentially it could happen. You could, because this will tell your phone that, have you forgotten it? And it will show the last location of this on the map. So you can then navigate back to your camp or your bag. And then if it's dark and you're still struggling, as you start getting closer to it, you can activate the app and this will start making a noise to draw your attention to where your bag, your camp, your cache, whatever. Yeah, so there's quite a few uses, I think. So I'm trialling them again to see how I get on. Right, and then finally, the last thing that's here, two things actually, I'll shut up. Right, I fitted a grim lock on this side of the strap. So for those that don't know what the grim lock is, it's like a carabiner. It has a button, you press that and it opens up. The reason I've got this here is not really to dangle kit off my bag. It is that if I'm, say, using this and we go out and we go to a restaurant, yeah, or anywhere in public basically, instead of trying to sit down and eat, I can take this off, but there is always the potential that some sticky fingered little person is going to walk off of it. So what I can do is I can take it off, put the strap around an arm of a chair or even the table, and then just hook it onto the grim lock, and it's now secure. So if anyone did pick it up and try to walk it off, it will snag, yeah, because it's actually secured. So I've really just fitted that as a security feature as opposed to anything else. And then the final bit, if you know about the Helikon EDC Compact, you will know that there are two sleeved pockets. They're sort of pen size, they're there, they're very hard to miss, they go to full length on either side. What I've done on this side, you'll see that there is a little Key Smart key clip, or belt clip, whatever you want to call it, pocket clip. And on that, is a Rescue Me tool. I've owned one of these for over a decade, it's in the car. During Amazon Prime sale recently, you could pick a free pack up of these, and they are the genuine Rescue Me, not the Chinese knockoffs, for 16 quid with free delivery. Normally these are a tenner by themselves, so I got a pack of free. And yes, there's some redundancy here. So there's one in the car, yeah. I've attached one to my normal EDC first aid kit that goes backwards and forwards with me to work. The idea being that if there is an incident and somebody else is trapped in their vehicle, if there's been an RTC and they can't get out, I've got a first aid kit to perhaps assist, and I've got a Rescue Me tool if I need to pop a window and cut their seatbelt for them. So there's one on there, and then because I might not always have my big bag, I may just be carrying this, and again I might not be in my vehicle, I could be in somebody else's. I'm just carrying one in that secret pocket, if you like, just in case. So that is it. That's basically what I think of the Helikon EDC Lite. To be fair, it sits under my workbench at work, it's covered in a metal swarf, electrical cable cuts, everything, and there's no wear on the bottom. I just give it a blow off with the airline at the end of the day. 9 months use and I can't fault it apart from the 2 niggles that I mentioned at the beginning. And this is what it is. For the money, again, it is a very good bag, but don't get tied up with the names or the manufacturer of these products, but just perhaps think that if you have a work bag and then you have a smaller EDC bag, instead of having to physically remember to take something out of one to put it in another for your use, and to save you doing what I was doing, which is buying duplicates, so I can just pick it up and go because I know I've pretty much got the same contents in it. Perhaps put your essentials, or what you think your essentials are, we're all different, into a small bag like this, or the East Pack, that's the same sort of size and it's probably a little bit cheaper, whatever, or whatever brand. But then you could do something like that and use this as your EDC pouch, if you like. Then put it in your other bag, and then when you're not going to work but you want your gear, you literally just take this out and you go with it. There's no faffing about transferring gear. Anyway, that's it. Have a lovely weekend. It is a crazy world. Stay safe. If you're anticipating going into major cities, just perhaps have a little bit on Google Maps before you go to find out where the mosques are, synagogues, Jewish schools, and give them a wide berth. Yeah, what's happening is terrible, and there's potential for it to spill out to everywhere else. Take care. See you soon.